Welcome back, everybody, to the Sina Supernova Dota 2 Cup Open. It's AMD Mineski up against Tongfu here in our loser bracket round 2. Mineski having just taken out New Element. Tongfu, they dropped down yesterday. Unfortunately, the new Tongfu squad couldn't take it to LGD. Lost in a 2-1 series. It was a really close game, and that's an LGD squad who beat Mineski. So Tongfu definitely the favorites coming to this series, but it's a best of one. It's Mineski. Anything can happen.
Anything, literally anything could happen. You don't know how Mineski games could ever go. I see them go 20-2 and then lose a game, and I see them go 2-20 and win the game. So it's really, really hard to say. But the thing coming out from this particular draft is that Tongfu left the Wisp in the playing pool, and it seems like Mineski, another team that don't really know how to play with the Wisp, so they just picked Darkseer instead.
Yep. Well, straight into the Darkseer. Tongfu grabbed themselves a Weaver Rubik, so deny the Rubik, so we're not going to have that annoying Shikuchi still, and also just in general, I think Rubik, what makes him such a top tier support is just telekinesis being an instant disable. So many times you'll see just Rubik save the solo mid's life by being well positioned behind him. It's just so good against so many different ganking and team fight potentials. So Rubik gets snagged up.
Never mind.
You spoke too soon. Mineski can't play Wisp. We'll see about that.
All right. Well, if they could play Wisp, still first pick it. But I guess they're saying, well, Tongfu doesn't know how to play Wisp, but so we could wait. And they waited.
They read Tongfu like a book.
They did. I do want to talk about Darkseer and what he brings to the table and how that actually affects Mineski's playstyle. Darkseer is one of those more team fight oriented heroes. In terms of playstyle, he likes to jungle his way up to like vacuum wall. That's what he offers to the team. Obviously, he gives you good laning, but the thing he also offers you is either a good mech usage or a good pipe usage. In terms of item choices, to give you things like Shivas or Hexes. But he is, at the end of the day, a team fight central hero, kind of. But for Mineski, they don't really like to take team fights. Or when they do, it's kind of like your ganks into a team fight.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like this is a Mineski hero versus...
Generally probably not.
Yeah, versus maybe a Timbersaw or your Bounty Hunter or something that's a little bit more explosive in terms of a single target? Do you think this is worth the first pick?
Generally, they run their solos as, like you say, the more explosive semi-carry types. They'll have a solo mid. They'll go for DK again for Joven here, but this, for once, they're actually going to be playing their tri-lane farmer as an actual carry hero in some ways. And depending what they want to get to partner up with the Wisp, but it's going to be interesting to see how they do this. We've seen Wisp DK. I haven't seen it be very successful in the past. I hope it's just going to be another solo mid DK for Mineski, and that's really how they normally like to play this hero. Yeah, and
let's see if Tongfu's going to have something that punishes DK. I think Weaver would do okay. The physical harass is not going to be too impressive, though. There are some heroes just would crap on DK, like a Queen of Pain, for example, would do really well. But I think you and I aren't really fans of Queen of Pain solo mid.
No.
At least...
I think it's actually... No, as much as it craps on DK in the laning stage, as soon as DK hits 6, Queen of Pain can just straight up dive to a ulti into instant stun if one support hero comes with a disable or some kind of a nuke. I actually don't think Queen of Pain does well against DK in general for that reason. I mean, laning stage, like, looking at the big picture, I think Queen of Pain is a bad hero against DK.
The big picture, yeah, I think if you just tell that to somebody that maybe watched competitive Dota for 1 or 2 months, they were like, whoa, that wouldn't make too much sense. But in the general sense where once you walk into, let's say, 25 minutes of gameplay, DK offers you so much more in a team fight. Now, obviously...
And even 25 minutes aside, at 8 minutes in, DK hits level 6, Queen of Pain can die.
I think the big counterexample to that is the cold game, you know, Orange versus Navi in the top 3 match, where Mushi just literally destroyed Dendi. Even though Dendi and Navi won the game, I think the scene was Dendi bowing to Mushi on their handshake. I mean, you have to be that dominant to actually make the matchup worth the pick of Queen and Pain. And it looks like
Tongfu have a ridiculously strong drop. I don't know how they would let to get these 4 heroes. Rubik, Visage, Lifestealer trial lane. Weaver can go safe lane against the Darkseer, as we've seen. Zhou, I think, played that 1v1 matchup just yesterday. This is ridiculously powerful from Tongfu.
I think normally I would say Tongfu is outdrafting the hell out of Mineski simply because they have heroes that are good at dealing with Mineski's playstyle, which is going for solo kills, because Visage, very tanky, Lifestealer with Rage, Weaver with Sakuchi and Time-Lapse. You're not getting these heroes, but if you look at Mineski, they're drafting like teamfight. They're drafting like LGD China, minus the Wisp, obviously. Yeah. So, a vacuum into a call down, like, it seems like both teams are just switching their playstyle against each other.
Yeah, well, we'll see a Wisp Gyrocopter be the trial lane of choice for Mineski. They do need one more hero to go with that, and it's going to be interesting to see how they try and deal with this. It isn't really an answer to the lifesteal in a lot of ways. They just going to be able to rage in and sort of get away with a lot, although we did see Johnny on the lifesteal. Sure that while you're rage, you're invulnerable. As soon as you come out, Dragonite will stun you, and then you become the focus of so much attention. And then the nuking burst damage from Tongfu is just far superior as well, with the Visage, with the Rubik, and Weaver to sort of finish off a lot of those targets.
I think the way to deal with the lifestealer in this case, as awkward as it sounds, is just to tank it, and then once you tank it, you mech or whatever, and you Dragonite stun him, and then you go back onto him. So it's not exactly the best answer, but it's an answer nonetheless. We don't see a solo mid, or at least a traditional solo mid, just like Queen of Pain being banned out. I feel like a Puck will do fine here, or Storm will do fine here. Well, obviously we saw what happened to Shiki Storm last game, but I feel like the roaming ganking of Mineski is a lot weaker here, and Storm will truly get a more of a 1v1 matchup, which he should have the advantage over DK. And then Lifestealer plus Storm Bombs are obviously what you're going to be angling for the mid game.
Yeah, the ganking's not non-existent. Depending what they pick as their other support, it could offer them something. You're going to go Alchemist, so I want to say solo mid Alchemist, but this could just be a solo mid Weaver and put Alchemist safe lane, Lifestealer off lane. There's a couple different options here. Mineski, they go Earthshaker, and this is something I enjoy. I like that they still pick this hero fairly frequently.
Yeah.
They seem to value it quite highly as a support.
And I don't know why other teams are not valuing it, because if you look at what their basic combo is, a vacuum into a fissure and a call down, it's not hard to execute at all. Not like your big wombo combo with a blink, black hole, or anything like that. So yeah, I really like this draft. Earthshaker is a very good defensive support, which is something you need against like Visage and Shaker or Lifestealer and things of that nature. Now, one thing that you do have to be careful about is the interesting interaction between Soul Assumption and Earthshaker Fissure. If you drop a Fissure on two heroes, Visage instantly gets full charge on his Soul Assumption.
Yeah.
So that's something to be aware of.
Yeah, I definitely favor Tongfu with the draft. They're going to be running an Alchemist solo mid, it looks like, with Mu playing him, which puts Weaver into either the offlane or a safe lane solo, because I think offensive Trallin is probably the... Well, maybe less so now with the Earthshaker pickup is the way to go. Weaver, though, against a Earthshaker Gyrocopter, he can do okay-ish, would you say? I don't know how that sort of pans out for him.
I guess the way I see it is that Tongfu has insane versatility in terms of laning. Like, they could do Weaver, Rubik, Weaver, Rubik, Visage as an offensive trial lane, or they switch out the Weaver and put a Lifestealer there. They could even put Alchemist there if they want to. I doubt it, though. I think in terms of the lane, you want to have an Alchemist versus Darkseer. Is that the best person they have against Darkseer?
The Alchemist?
Yeah.
You think they... So... But is the Alchemist, I think, just going to be mid against the Dragon Knight? Is the plan. So
no. My question is, I'm looking simply on the Darkseer matchup. Who's the best hero you have on Tongfu against the Darkseer?
Probably, I think Lifestealer does all right.
Okay. So now that Lifestealer is out of the...
Weaver does okay-ish. I think they've got a number... If they want to try lane against him with the Lifestealer, great. If they want to just send Weaver 1v1, we've seen... I think Joe played the exact 1v1 matchup yesterday, so... Or someone played it and did all right. It was like an even trade on farm, so... I think the two options is either Weaver safe lane solo or just safe lane tri lane.
Yeah. Why don't you go offensive tri lane, though? I feel like this is an offensive tri lane draft coming up from Tongfu.
With Earthshaker not the strongest with a Gyrocopter?
Earthshaker is really strong. But again, like Visage says, thank you for the fissure. I'll throw the damage back to you with Soul Assumption. So,
yep,
we'll see.
Gyrocopter, though, with Rocket Barrage offers a lot of firepower there, should these heroes run in. And especially early levels where Lifestealer Rage, maybe it's fairly short duration.
See, you're expecting a Lifestealer offensive tri lane. I'm expecting
Weaver.
A Weaver, yeah.
And just safe lane Lifestealer?
Yeah, against the Darkseer. And then you get a 1v1 Alchemist. Again, they have so much option that...
Yeah. I think Lifestealer can do okay if he gets sack some regen there. He'd need to get the regen pool, but...
Okay, looks like the ping is getting a lot better, says Zoe.
Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Okay. Just confirming.
Chat will disagree.
I disagree. I don't even know what it says. But,
but you're going to say I'm wrong. No, he's saying, you know, it's a lot better. That's what he's just said. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have one more player needing to reconnect here, that being the Weaver. And we'll get things underway. This is Mineski playing in the loser bracket round 2, as is Tongfu. So one of these two teams is going home. This was just your SinaCup. It was an 8-team double elimination bracket. And two teams already knocked out. I think No, actually, Ogura Ui, who came through the qualifier, they're still in it. So Rattlesnake, who got a direct invite, getting knocked out, playing with a slightly new team. Johnny from Malaysia actually playing for them. And there's another Southeast Asian player, Miracle, in the game. So the Southeast Asia's invading China. You look at DK, they get Mushi, they get Ice, and now you have Johnny, Miracle playing. China is no longer an exclusive boys club.
I'm gonna say that Ogura Ui got carried by their stand-in, which is always very, very fun to see.
I think Rattlesnake were getting, well, not, it wasn't a stand-in, but I think Rattlesnake were getting carried by Johnny, though.
That's, I guess so. Looks like we have Atri reconnecting.
I missed Atri. It was always fun watching him disconnect and reconnect the games 5 times per game. Big shout out to Atri, who's one of the best, or possibly the best, admin.
Shots fired.
In Asia.
Oh, okay. He's the only admin in Asia.
That's not true.
Only relevant admin in Asia. Shots fired. How embarrassing is it?
I'm not sure who at, but well, actually, I can think of one person. But
how embarrassing would it be for Tongfu to get knocked out? You have Zhou.
Not that embarrassing.
Former TI champion.
Like, honestly, they're playing Mineski.
Mineski's a legit team. I'm not saying it's embarrassing for them to lose. I'm saying you have your former TI champion Zhou getting knocked out in the loser bracket of some irrelevant.
This is a new Tongfu roster. I think you gotta expect not everything to work and be amazing right away. Mineski are a tier 1 Southeast Asian team. This isn't like without a
whoa there. I don't know if I agree with the tier 1 Southeast Asian team.
What is a tier 1? I mean, there's Orange. I mean, Mineski aren't quite on Orange's level, but they're still a tier 1 team.
Within the region of Southeast Asia, do you include the Chinese?
No, that's China. That's different.
All right. So it's China's separate region.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, I agree.
Okay.
If you include Chinese in there, it's like I don't know.
I don't think Mineski's on the same level as the tier 1 Chinese teams, but they're still a very strong team. They've been playing well lately.
They are. I think the weapon that Mineski's got is that they don't even know what they're gonna do sometimes. Like they're so aggressive and.
True.
Like, sometimes they would just buy back in a team fight, and it's not the best buyback ever, but I see chat is disagreeing.
We need to argue less, apparently. They liked it better when we were talking about sharing otter pops.
From the same side. Different side.
Different side. I don't know how we share from the same side.
We'll figure out a way.
But the big thing is here, you look at Mineski. This is a team who's had a consistent lineup for a long time. They've been getting results. They've won the last 2 GSTs, which is just a Southeast Asia. So they're essentially the best team, the best active team in Southeast Asia right now. Orange, having lost Muji, not being very active. Mineski's, they're the best Southeast Asian team. I will say that confidently, and I don't think you can even dispute that right now.
The result shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 GSTs in a row. With that said, this is a Chinese tournament. They're versing bigger dogs here, and they're just a little feisty little Rottweiler.
There's a lot of things to be said. It's like Mineski best C team. It's like saying EG best US team. Except there's more competition in US. Right?
Similar. I think in the past, South C has had stronger competition, but I think C right now is quite a lot weaker than it used to be.
Yeah.
Mythtrust going inactive.
I miss Mythtrust. I miss what's that one Vietnamese team?
Stars Boba.
Stars Boba. They were legit contenders.
Yeah.
Your old.
Even like MUFC's disappeared now. They've faded off. There used to be even other sort of like Invasion Malaysia.
Yeah.
Invasion Red or whatever it was. They were a strong Malaysian team.
Yeah.
Then from Singapore you had Zenith as well as Aeon.
Aeon MUFC.
It was Aeon. It wasn't Aeon M. It was just Aeon. No. AEON, like the Singaporean team.
Aeon SG. They were in ESWC 2010.
Yep.
They were actually the favorite for that tournament, but
they were legit teams. Unfortunately, C is
a Baron
whittled away.
Yes. They got poached by China. That's what happened.
Well, that's part of the problem. I just feel there's like a lack of tournament structure there. In a lot of ways, and there's just a lack of stability. With
actually, that's a very sad thing to talk about because within the C region, like it's so close in distance to each other that there should be LAN tournaments all the time. But
should be LAN tournaments. They should just be regular. Like you look at the Western European American scene. There's like everyone's like fighting to do tournaments at the same time as we do need to look at this. But
whoa there, what's going on here? Tongfu going for a level 1 Roshan.
This is like the least level 1-y obvious level 1 Roshan draft out there. But this is the thing, you can just level 1 Roshan with almost any draft nowadays. As long as you have salve and you just trade taking the damage. Mu will take the damage, salve up, and then Zhou will take the damage.
I think the big thing to talk about here is that you're going to use the SMJ Fable to cancel the Lincolns, and then you're going to use Open Wounds, and that's going to be the regen for them. But unfortunately, Open Wounds does have a fairly long cooldown.
This is really slow, though.
Yeah, it is very slow. You can see that Gemini attack is the spell here.
They practice this, though.
Yeah, also Grave Chill is the other spell. That's the same amount of minus attack speed. 64% minus attack speed.
Oh, don't
the
get
bashes
that
are coming on. Who moves dropping low.
thing.
Open Wounds is going to give him a little bit of regen. But to be honest, the regen only applies to the melee heroes up front. They're almost going to get Roshan. Here comes another Acid Spray.
Roshek is just scouting the bottom room. He does not know what's up. And this is the death of Roshan.
Yep, level 2 for everybody. Oh, they call it even an early Roshan kill. I like that. You get a prize. Nice.
Ooh.
Lift on the high ground. Oh, barely. Oh, ZSMJ's trapped.
Jay's trapped. Well, trapped alone with a Weaver as well as a Rubik. Luckily for him, Rubik is out of mana from all that spam onto Roshan.
One more hit. Yep. Yes, that's going to be another kill. Level 3 on Weaver. And they're going to they could just dual offlane this.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Mineski in some trouble early on here. They're going to be having a Darkseer in the offlane. Jesse Vash, he's going to find himself up against a Zhou Lifestealer with a Visage. And yeah, it looks like they'll stay with the Julian. The one thing that sure, they get the fast level 2s, but a lot of these heroes are going to be very low mana early on because they used it all up for that Roshan. You can see Alchemist hasn't got mana for Acid or Stun. The Rubik is out of mana in this offlane. He's actually going all the way back to Fountain with his boots. He's just going to say, I need mana. I'm going to...
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice because you're going to be
level
useless.
3, so why not?
Why not? You can just TP up top and just play a standard trial lane. XTT's not going to die there because
he can gank mid. You're a level 3 Rubik at a minute in. Gank mid with a level 3 Alchemist stun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why not?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, level 2 Alchemist stun, but no, it's actually got an Acid Spray.
That's fine. I don't think you care too much there.
He's got smoke too.
He's so rich.
Oh my
ZSMJ is
what a player.
Yeah, well, Jesse
This
Vash
is a dead Wisp bot.
Wisp? It's okay.
Yep.
Oh.
XTT. He's got a Sentry Ward on him. He needs Bottle, Salve, Tango, Ring of Bassi. Is this a minute and a half in the game, or are we like 5 minutes in the game?
I mean, he got 200 gold from the ROSH kill. He's got 400 gold from the first blood kill. So that alone is already a free bottle, and then obviously CSing away. So, yeah, XCT is going to be...
We talked about Mineski. Anything can happen. This is a very hard to predict team, but it's Tongfu right now who are pulling out something a bit new.
You know what? This is actually one of the first time ever I've seen a Chinese team go for a level in Roshan. Generally, they're like... It seems like their attitude's like, we're beyond this. We don't need any fancy tricks. We just beat you straight up. And then here comes a level in Roshan against Mineski.
Well,
quite interesting.
It's going to help them out a ton. You can just see every lane is just looking so good for them right now. Weaver's got 2 kills early on, even though he's not farming or getting much CS. Somewhat being zoned out of this lane because it's being a tri lane. He doesn't really care. When you're level 4 already with these items, you can be zoned out for a minute and not really be behind at all.
Yeah, in fact, you should be actively seeking the Wisp and go for the kill.
He can just go on this gyro.
Ooh, they're going to try to go
Get that illusion rune out. The Wisp has 0 armor. We saw last time how fast Wisp died, and that was just like 3 or 4 right clicks, 1 Gemini, and a Shikuchi or 2.
Yeah, I almost want to say that maybe Weaver, that's what he should be doing. Instead of looking for creep kills, look for the hero kills. Yeah.
Just start attacking this Wisp. Yeah, he's going to come around, and I think he can just start fighting. Should just be, 1 Gemini attack, follow it with a Shikuchi. Maybe you get stunned up, but they don't have enough damage to actually kill him off right now.
Yeah, we do see a Wraithman being delivered to XTT. That's going to be his Ring of Aquila, and that's going to be a ton more plus damage. Back in the mid lane, we see a bottle being delivered. I mean, Mu at any point, if he wants to get some mana back, he could just walk towards the enemy tower, tank a couple shots, and retreat and die to
bottom lane. Look at this. Wisp just goes down to half HP. He pops the illusion rune, attacks twice, one of them being a Gemini attack, and Wisp is half HP.
He has to back off and salve up.
And that was with, like, he puts a Sentry Ward down, but Sentry doesn't really matter here.
Well, here we go, XCD. Ooh, Fissure just cleanly misses.
With the Fissure on cooldown, this is where you go in on the Wisp if I'm XTT.
Also, Earthshaker's out of mana at this point. That's absolutely huge. That means all of the offensive capability in this lane is absolutely gone. Jay could only just, like, CS away as XCT is, free farming and keeping back 2 or 3 heroes. One cannot say how far they're behind. Rocket Barrage is going to hit a little bit on XTT. Sun's not there, so he's going to just go back.
Yep, Sun is going to be up now. It looks. Oh, I see 10 mana. He's got a Clarity, which he probably doesn't need a box. He's just going to use it now, get up to full mana. But this bottom lane is looking 1 for Tongfu. Middle lane, you've got Alchemist versus Dragon Knight. I'd say this one's pretty even. 18 CS to the 23, and this is Alchemist with a level advantage. So he's not winning the lane, but he's pretty much even with the Dragon Knight. Oh, actually, well, he's got Aegis. I think he's just... This is a good tactical death.
Yeah, it is.
Full HP, full mana. It saves you a fountain trip. It means you don't need your bottle.
Now, actually, Joven, he was checking for the rune. Bottom block is going to come right now. The stun's going to come through, but here comes the Alchemist. Oh,
Nice
he's going to get a
DK
stun
stun.
against himself. What a vacuum! And the self-stun's going to come through. Moo! Well, that's not a tactical death, but there's a cleanup here from Shanshou. Jesse Vash tanking the tower. Another solo assumption. That's going to be death from double kill from Shanshou. Rotation from a solo tanking
Joven made a mistake there. He walked, like, the Alchemist was going to stun himself, but it also stunned Joven because he stood there attacking. He should have backed off so he didn't get hit by the stun. That was a bit of a mistake, and he would have lived. Maybe he wouldn't have lived because there was a soul assumption, but he would have forced the soul assumption on himself. I don't think it was necessary. Meanwhile, bottom lane, XCT going to get initiated on time-lapse.
Time-lapse is up.
Already level 6.
Yeah, everybody's already level 6, but the sun's already there. He's got magic stick. He's going to Sakuchian. He wants to kill on Jade. There's a bug on him. One more 7-9 attack. He's going to get it. He's going to juke to the tree, bottle up. Can he get the Sakuchi? 1 second. The Sakuchi's going to be there. The Tether Stun's going to be there as well. He's got to run. One more whistle attack. One more whistle attack. The blue boss in your face. As RTR gets that kill, but critical level 6 being reached everywhere. Shanshou's level 6 after that gank mid. Of course, we saw the time-lapse level 6, and of course, Alchemist is already 6 as well.
Yeah, and that was a Gyrocopter, your safe lane farmer for the Wisp. Not at all worth it. Weaver with a Belt of Giant Strength giving him that boost to his HP, and this bottom lane is looking fantastic. DK has it level 6. There's a gank coming in. It's the Iron Shell on Dragonite as well as Dark, so they want this Alchemist vacuum back in. He's going to stun as early as possible. Unfortunately, it's just a one-hero stun. Iron Shell's worn off on Jesse Vash, though, so this kill is not as easy to get as Mineski would like.
Nice,
Flame Breath will finish it off.
But here we go. Swarm's going to hit on Jesse Vash. Do they have anything else? Looks like he wants to chase on Jesse Vash. Surge already ran out. Vision, what a block. That's going to be it. And meanwhile, we have Joven going to be running to the north, and he should be fine. But here comes Shanshou. There's a slow.
Hoping for a rune here.
The
6 minutes in. Haste rune.
SMJ's right there, and the lift into a toss back. Where'd the stun set? Where'd that micro? Just barely getting it. And that's going to be yet another kill. Killing spree on Shanshou. Scores 6-3.
Early action and big plays coming out from Tongfu. Great rotation. I mean, we talk about their supports. They're rotating around the map very early. Visage coming mid earlier on to help out with the Alchemist. And, well, things right now for Mineski are looking a little bit grim. The one lane, the top lane, they're not even contesting. Daxi's actually been in the jungle. I think Jesse Vash has done really well here with his sort of help that he's offered at mid lane. He's really made this lane a bit easier for Joven. Yeah, he came out to gank here once or twice. Did die as a result, but that's can't really ask for too much against a team that has level 6 4 minutes in for like 4 of their heroes. Jay trying to hit level 6. Once he does, I think he should be actually looking to carry a teleport scroll and maybe help the dives that's going to be coming his way. At the same time, though, that's not really Jay's playstyle. He generally likes to farm on the bot lane for quite a bit. Yeah, I feel I've seen him play Gyrocopter a few times. It just doesn't really seem to be a hero that suits him that well. I really like it when he plays like safe lane Queen of Pain and not a safe lane Gyro, for example. Yeah, absolutely. We are going to see Tongfu at top lane, just tower skipping here. Looking to bring down these creeps. Go for an early tower, but here's
Shaker can be huge here.
Oh, and Dragonite with a rain stun. He's going to get surged in as well. Blows up the Visage, and Zhou gets stunned under the tower. Bye-bye, Burden.
Oh, Zhou misplay. I mean, he saw the fissure coming. He should have raged that one off. And
who needs level 6? He's TPing before he's even level 6. He wants to get this kill on ZSMJ. ZSMJ's got a lift, but it looks like he's going to go down. There's a DK stun should they need it. Maybe just going to see a Flame Breath. Should maybe save the stun for the TPing hero. He's going to use it, and this means that Weaver could just wreak havoc here.
Buyback coming out here, and Joven trying to TP out, but the sun's going to be coming through, and Joven really on the backline. Nobody focusing him just yet. There's going to be no lift. The bug's going to provide vision, and critically, the minus armor. The bug finally dies. Joven's going to run towards the... Well, he's basically dead. He's going to... The question is who's going to get this kill, and well, seems like says... Shanshou says, I'll pick this one up.
Stat pad.
Stat pad. A quick mech for Shanshou could be the death of Mineski. They just don't have enough damage output like that. But a critical mistake by Zhou not raging that one off. That was a free rage on a very, very long casting time of Fissure. Yeah. And we'll see. 6 kills to 7. So Mineski actually sort of almost evening things up as far as kills go. And it's not Tongfu getting sort of further and further ahead. It really has been this consistent 2k gold lead for Tongfu, which is what they've had from the very get-go with that 2-kill advantage, the Roshan kills. So I feel Mineski are showing they're well in this game, and we haven't even seen Wisp hit level 6, no relocate ganks. We're looking at Gyrocopter only just hitting level 6. His cooldown there was just used defensively. It wasn't really used in a teamfight context. So I think Mineski, you can still look at them and say, well, they haven't shown their full teamfight potential yet, or even their ganking potential with the Wisp. So they'll start getting rolling very, very soon. Yeah, to me, this is all Jesse Vash. Good, being at the right place at the right time, surging earlier, the Dragonite to catch up for more kills, and of course helping on the mid like you said. But if you look at the warding coming out here from Tongfu, they are just absolutely warding the hell out of the top lane as well as the mid lane. They have wards and vision where they need to be, and we're going to see a little bit of tier 1 siege. Zhou uses his infest just to push. I don't know about this one.
That was questionable. The Visage had just sent his familiars on it when they had full damage, so
Yeah.
it would have just taken 2 right clicks. He killed it maybe less than a second faster, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not like he's going to get punished, but you don't know what's going to happen in the next 80 seconds.
Yeah.
Teamfight might very well get, you know...
It was suboptimal.
It was. And questionable at the same time.
Well, we are going to see Joven pressuring the mid-tier 1 tower, and Tongfu, it looks like they're poised to react to this. Channeling stun from Mu, he's going to throw it on Joven. No follow-up yet, but it's coming from the
They
side.
can turn it around. The Wisp Tether is going to apply at least one stun. No, just a little bit off. There's a
run. Yeah.
defensive stun. The Birds, 1 stun. The second stun's going to come through there. Any type of follow-up? Would you see ZSMJ trying to rush in? The stun coming in from Mu. Ooh, he missed times. He does somehow get vision. Yeah. The Vision's going to block everyone off. Joven's going to get a second stun on ZSMJ. ZSMJ dropping low. He's going to die. Well, Echo Slam going to come out here, but Zoe back to the fight. Nice search back out by Jesse Vash. Vacuum backward. Shansung dropping low. They're going to have yet another Fissure coming soon. No,
3
another
seconds.
stun come in.
He needs Magic Stick. He's going to pop the Magic Stick. Then he's got the Fissure Man. And then multiple hero Fissure. He could be huge. Joven gets kept alive because of it. What a timing. And where did Weaver go?
The Bird's going to come in and get one more kill. And RTS going to...
Weaver time-lapse to bottom lane. He TP'd in, then time-lapse back bottom.
Well, he's going to try to get a kill.
No.
Maybe he's going to dive. He can't... It's going to be close. Caldown's going to get dropped. He's going to trade. He's going to get a
I don't think
kill.
it's a good trade for Weaver, though.
Yeah, it's not. He
was so far ahead of this Gyrocopter. Sure, Gyrocopter doesn't get experience for it, but it's more just Weaver spending 30 seconds dead and not really getting a huge gain from that.
OWA and Jesse Vash playing out of their minds. How many times that Earthshaker has been blocking an enemy chasing their allies or just fissuring? Very on point.
The supports from Mineski, they're really being... Well, Dark's not really so much a support here. It sort of feels like
but
it.
the way that he's playing it.
Yeah, he's always just coming in, ganking for his team, and we are going to see a surge in at mid lane. Look like no follow-up as Rubik steals Flame Breath, which is actually a really nice spell to be stealing early on. Pretty cost-effective use of your mana to just get a nice AoE spell.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about ZSMJ hitting level 3, like 1 minute into the game, and then he's only barely level 7. If you look at the rest of his teammates, they're a lot further ahead. In fact, maybe not so much now, because Mineski's being able to kill high-level heroes, and that's why their level is on par.
Yeah.
Look at it that way, as Tongfu's.
They've traded kills evenly. Tongfu going to smoke up, go into the Mineski jungle here, try and find some openings. 3 heroes at bottom, but they need to be careful. This is a level 6 Wisp. There's a level 7 Earthshaker who doesn't have Echo Slam. Wisp needs to tether out. Feathers. There we go.
Oh, where's the
stun? Can he even stun this? Yeah, he will. There's trees get chopped down. He's got vision. Looks like he's going to change target, go on the Wisp instead of the Earthshaker. The cooldown's there with a fissure.
Oh my god.
Oh, needs some flak damage. He's not going to actually find any targets to hit here, but Moo's taking a lot of damage, as is Visage. Luckily, there's Urn charges up. Visage went for a fast Urn, which I kind of like this decision here. Not going for the mech. The Urn a bit more cost-effective just because it's so cheap to get in.
Ooh, XCT sees Jesse Vash coming in. The buckler is going to get pop here. XCT going for the kill. They're going to have couple more hits. Yes, there is another kill. Fissure, not this one, not too good here. Not getting the Weaver. He's going to get picked off as well. A rare mistake coming out from OWA. Yeah. But this particular ward, I talked about the warding coming out from Tongfu. Look at how much vision they're getting over the map. Sure, they weren't trading the best of kills, but they were so aggressive, and being able to drop all these wards, they saw the rotation from Jesse Vash, picked him off, and forced everybody to run from Mineski, and then got yet another pick off. And here comes the tier 1 push.
Yeah, this is what's going to actually start getting them to snowball and pull ahead of Mineski. Is some of these following up kills with actual towers, and we see a bit of a big dip in the gold graph as we drop below the 5,000 mark. Mineski have got to be very, very patient now with what they look for here. They've got to just play defensive, which is use the fissure behind key heroes. If Joven can get this T1 tower, this will be a huge asset, getting him towards that Shadow Blade. But there's supports coming in. They want to go for this deny.
Yes.
They get it with the Visage. And, well, that's bad news for Joven. That would have been another sort of 500-ish gold going his way.
Also, I've noticed that Joven's actually leveling up his Dragon Blood. Traditional Pinot Noir of the Dragon Knight is actually leveling up stun, just to get yourself a little bit more backstab capabilities.
I've not always seen that. I've seen he did this build last game with the 3 in Dragon Blood.
Yeah.
Normally, I always see at least 2 or 3 points in Dragon Blood. Okay. I don't think it's straight max up stun. I think it's sort of like a bit of a hybrid. Like your stun doesn't scale that well. Your Dragon Blood, depending how much you need it, it's never going to save you from ganks because it's just like HP regen. The armor early on doesn't really matter with all the magic damage. But we are seeing a smoke from Mineski now. He's got no range stun though, which is a bit of a problem, but there is a surge. Visage is just blocked in by his own familiars and vacuum back in. Sanshing does now get stunned up. Flame Breath will help finish him off. There's an Urn Charge of Fissure as well.
Yeah.
That Fissure was well needed. Now they've just got to retreat. As our familiars, they're stunning up.
That Fissure, not only was it a kill, it was also a semi-block, but here comes the Weaver from backstab. RTR is dead. Yeah. The minus armor is still going on Joven. The second stun, if they get vision, they will get the vision right now. Where's the stun? Stun gets tossed out here, and Joven's going to be dead. Fissure trying to do what's work, but XTT is just shredding them apart.
Oh, it just TP'd out before Lifestealer finished him off as well.
Wow, I think this is looking really, really bad for Mineski. Even though they're only down by 4 kills.
Gyro gets a tower at top, which is much needed gold for him for his BKB and also for the Dragon Knight, who does have his Shadow Amulet.
It's just a trade.
Yeah. At this point, you take trades if you're Mineski, because you're the ones who need items. Tongfu, they've got their armlet on Lifestealer. They've got, I mean, they haven't got like BKB on Weaver and stuff yet, but I feel like the key items coming up is going to be the Shadow Blade for DK. That's the biggest item possibly coming out. Maybe the mech on Darkseer as well. The Dire team yet to get a mech of their own, I'm quite sure. Yeah, no mech on the Visage. He's got his medallion, and this is going to be the second Rosh of the game now, 14 minutes in.
Yeah, the mech's going to be coming from Mu instead, which after this Rosh, they will have it. So that's going to even up with the Darkseer. The big problem for me is Gyrocopter needs his BKB, which is, 4K go. I think he's got an Ultra Club. Yes, he does. Darkseer needs another set of items. Wisp and Earthshaker, true to the playstyle of Mineski, is going to start to fall behind. They've been playing really well, but the playstyle of Mineski is farm your three cores and then make sure that your supports are starved in a sense and continue to create space. And that's okay in their normal playstyle. I'm not sure what is okay this game. When you're dealing with the Rubik, that's going to be insanely farm. You're dealing with the Visage, which is also farm. So it feels like 5v3 just on people that has items versus people that don't really have items.
Yeah, and you can see how they started their supports. Oh, it's just like, I'm just going to buy a Bracer, knowing that getting even like Arcane Boots on Earthshaker is not going to be easy. So, Bracer game. I like Bracers on Earthshaker. This is what the Chinese Earthshakers used to do. They wouldn't even care about Arcane Boots. They'd just get 2 Braces because it gives you HP as well as a small increase to your mana pool.
They usually go Strength Treads. Like, instead of getting a Blink Dagger, because Chinese are really good at disabling like hexes or hexing an Earthshaker that comes in.
Oh, Tongfu smoke mid though.
Are they going to get any kill? Yeah, they're going to get Joven. This is going to be a huge kill delaying.
This is the biggest hero for them to shut down right now, I think. Because this Shadow Blade on Mineski is how they create openings and get back into the game. He's their initiator. They're less worried about the Gyro BKB than they are about the DK Shadow Blade. Sure, they can get a gem and stuff, but it's still so annoying.
Here comes Mu. If he gets a stun off, nice fissure. It looks like Mu's going to get a self-stun, but the open wound's going to come out here against OWA. There's no chance. And fissure being stolen. That's going to be huge. Look at that fissure. Jesse Vash now on the other side. Going to get pulled back. The cooldown's going to get dropped. No! ZSMJ breaks some of the trees. Not enough trees, so they're going to get yet another kill. Another stun. Mu that's going to be lopped on himself.
Unfortunate for Mu. 2 self-stuns in a row, but it doesn't matter. Mineski have lost 3 heroes. And it looks like they're going to lose a tier 2 tower, possibly more here as their bottom lane is under siege.
Yeah, another 1,000 go on Visage, another 800 go on Rubik. So Rubik's getting himself a 4-staff. Arcane Boot's going to be up on Shang-Lian. These item differences are just way too big for Mineski to deal with. Fissure, that's going to get... Oh, and it's toss back.
They're going to try to push high ground here. They've got Aegis still on life, so that's...
Woo! What a play!
Gets the Weaver.
Gets the Weaver, but
nice. They're paying for it with their life.
They were just so far behind in terms of item. That would have been a great play if they're a little bit more even. Zoe's just going for it. Worst of Rage, still on cooldown right now. He's going to just rage for this kill and basically make it out there. Another Fissure for CSMG. Fissure just has been the most amazing spell this game. Infest back for a little bit of extra HP. And Jesse Vash, open wounds, 1 hit, 1 kill.
Joe needs to be careful. He's on the run now. You're going to need to see some impressive armor toggling.
Oh, he's got Aegis.
Good Aegis, yeah.
And he's going to just rage out of it.
Alchemist channeling a stun. They'll get vision as well because Lifesteal respawns on the high ground. Chucks on the Dragon Knight and then they switch target over to the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter who's just bought back. He dies for a second time.
Fissure.
And this is where the item difference is just ridiculous. And Zeus MJ with the Fissure still is doing work.
Yep. Well then. Tongfu gonna just go back right now.
That escalated very quickly. I feel Mineski were in this game keeping it even for a good 10 to 12 minutes, and then suddenly Tongfu just blew it wide open.
The last 2 minutes where they saw Jesse Vash coming in, they picked him off, got the T1 tower, and then I think killed Joven mid on the Dragon Knight, and then rotated in to kill T2, and then just even dove the base. So I'm not sure how Mineski could calm down and then just recoup and just play this game, but we saw that they're making the great plays, like relocating an Earthshaker out of nowhere for a huge Echo Slam. Those are the plays that perhaps get you back in the game, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's enough.
It really doesn't. They just... Gyrocopter is still working on his BKB. DK is still working on Shadow Blade. Well, he's actually going to have his Shadow Blade in 1 creep, but this is... Tongfu have seen this coming for a long, long time. They'll be ready and expecting this. Should be seeing... they've already got the gem.
Yeah.
ZSMJ's like, well, I know it's coming. I may as well buy this because they want to deward and get map control anyways, so...
Yeah.
It's still a good item on DK, I feel, just because you can always try and find openings away from the Rubik, but... And it just gives decent damage and attack speed, but it's just too late on it. And you're going to have to rush straight for that BKB now still.
Yep. Well, Tongfu, I think what they're going to be waiting to do is get their next set of items, which is going to be Zo's S and Y that he's going to be looking to finish. And then obviously Weaver is going to probably pick up a damage item like a Desolator. To be completely honest, they could just go in right now and win the game.
Yeah, that Deso's, he's just got his BKB, so I feel like they either want to take a fight, go for a smoke, and they can't wait that long. But definitely the Sanjin Yasha coming very, very soon on Joe. He's just finishing off this Ancient Stack, and then Mineski, well, they're going to find themselves in a lot of trouble. I just want to see another relocate Echo Slam. It's the one way back in.
Yeah.
For Mineski, but I say back in, it maybe gets him one kill at most in any fight, any given fight.
I think we're also going to look to Jesse Vash for some Miracle vacuums. Yeah. I mean, again, Miracle vacuum, fissure, and call down. That's going to be your stable bread and butter for Mineski.
He needs to get that level 11 for the second point in Wall of Replica as well.
Yeah, I think you just he's left his Surge at level 1, which actually, judging from the way that the game is going to go, that's actually fine because you want your vacuum to be max and you want your second point at wall, so.
Yep,
well, that should be good.
Tongfu not wasting any time. They're coming down towards this bottom lane. The Sanjin Yasha's flying out on the Korean. I think they take they at least look for take a fight. Maybe just going high ground to do so.
Yeah, they get the equilibrium pretty much where they want it to be. They're looking for a pickoff, which is not exactly easy to find right now. So Tongfu's going to be pushing every single lane. 2,300 gold here on Mu. I imagine he's going to be going for a BKB. Not sure exactly what.
Could be Assault Crest, I guess.
Yeah, Assault Crest.
Yeah.
Maybe coming a little bit too late. Actually, a Vlad's right now would just be fine and just break the high ground.
That's a recommended item on Alchemist.
Is it?
Havos got a Vlad's in there on his Alchemist in the TI3 Grand Finals, which I actually don't think was the right item. I think he needed to go more hard carry that game. I think he thought they could just end the game by pushing, so he picked up a Vlad's, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But Alchemist, yeah, I think this is a game where getting a Vlad's, because they're ending now, and he's not their main carry. He's their it's a solo mid sort of utility Alchemist. You've got the Life Sealer doing the carrying work, and yeah.
It ain't a BTS broadcast unless Scott's criticize Havos.
Yes, it's the fourth best character player in the world. That was a compliment.
That I'm sure is.
That's what the 4 stands for.
There you go. How well does Jay rank in the best carrier player in the world list?
It'd be, I don't know, top 15. I didn't really consider him a carry player, to be honest. I couldn't. It's something I don't put him in that same category as players.
He's one of those like rare hybrid semi carry, but is forced to play the one because that's how Mineski plays.
Yep.
But we'll table that discussion for another day. Joe's gonna be trying to push this mid tower. This mid tower is basically free at this point. I really don't think Mineski should or will want to take a fight here.
Yep. We'll see this tier 2 tower just get completely sacked by Mineski, and they'll just wait in their base and hope that Tongfu try and push uphill and make a bit of a mistake, which is still possible. Tongfu without Aegis right now. Not going to be waiting for Roshan to respawn. It looks like they just want to go in. Jay's doing a smart thing, which is just counter push at top lane. Not so much to put pressure on the tower, but just because anything to get him close to a BKB. He's not going to be farming for it anywhere else. And, well, Tongfu, they're just happy to go back. They're not even going to go and try push up ground when they can get some creeps at top. Alchemists get closer to that Assault Crest.
I don't think Jay even needs to back off here because there's no way that Mu would want to take a fight. Yeah, the relocate's going to come. The rocket's going to be there, but immediate TP. Oh, here comes Joven. The sun's already channeled. That's going to hit on Joven's face. Here comes XTT as well, but the relocate not doing too much. They got to get out of the TP coming out from Jay. He's going to be fine. Relocate back home safely as well. RTR. Just trolling a little bit. Joven by himself, though. Looks like he's going to get discovered.
No.
The gem is like, oh no, he has even ZSMJ, the mini dragon, coming out from him.
Straight down the mid lane with that extra pushing power from the dragon form.
There you go. It's a ranged splash attack that corrodes the damage.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
Little baby dragon.
I think he's actually biting his wand on his... Or where is his wand? I don't see his wand. On Lycanthrope, the wand is actually in the wolf's mouth. And so it's like
this. If you click the little portrait, you can get a better view. But it's like
okay.
I don't know.
His wand is just like
I think it
somewhere.
doesn't work with the item set he has maybe equipped. Maybe like the non-item set Rubik, you can see it more. But
in any case, CSMJ applying it for the corrosive damage on this tower. You know,
that corrosive attack.
I don't think anybody has actually out-leveled Kuroki in terms of the spell seal. I remember seeing him one game spilling the Spare Bear from a Lone Druid and then slow the True Form. So he was like the most legit Lone Druid there is from a Rubik.
Yep.
But it's okay. CSMJ trying to be the Dragon Knight that he's not.
Well, we've seen good puck impressions from Fenrir.
That's true. Because I'm gonna see
Kuroki gets the
Tongfu.
best Lone Druid impression.
Yeah.
And, well, it's MJ starting his DK impression. He did a Flame Breath. I want to see him, while in range form, still Flame Breath or
And
DK
there you go.
stun.
Yeah, there you go.
Then he's done his proper DK impression, but so far it's not there.
What is the mechanic for the stealing the range stuns? Like,
if he DKs in range form and you still stun, it's not a range stun. It's actually a melee stun.
okay.
But
So-
if he steals range form first, then I've never seen it before, but I imagine it will become a range stun.
Okay.
But I remember seeing like, DK, because I always thought like, if I'm a Rubik and I still DK stun while he's in range form, that's like, that'll be super OP.
Yeah, you get a range from stun.
But you don't. Because the number of times I'm like, man, I'm stealing that DK stun. But
It should make sense that is. I mean, that's the similar interaction with Acceptor, right? If they have an Acceptor, and Rubik obviously does not, and you steal an ultimate, you get the Acceptor ultimate.
But you're just stealing Dragon Tail, which has the spell's the same whether you're in. It's the same spell whether you're in range. Like the spell description doesn't change.
Right.
With Ags, it actually like you get the next level of it.
I guess so. That makes sense.
It's just an interaction with another spell. So unless you have that other spell as Rubik, then you don't get it. Because Aghanims is like an. It's different. I don't know. It's not like a separate spell.
How about this? How about this? If you steal Darkness from Night Stalker and he has an Ag, do you get Flying Vision
If you steal Darkness.
from Night Stalker?
No.
Why not?
Because you're not Night Stalker.
That's true. That's like the worst spell you could ever steal. Darkness from Night Stalker, and you activate it. It's like, whoops. Yeah.
You can't steal Darkness.
Not a combo.
You
Not
can't
a
actually
combo.
steal Darkness, apparently.
You can't? Why not? It does not cost mana. Is that a... Pinoy Storm strikes again as all 5 Mineski members disconnect. No GG has been called. Does the game end if it's paused like this, or...
No.
Okay, good.
In the old days, when admins couldn't pause and there was mass disconnects, well, panic would ensue.
Okay.
Making admins able to pause was one of the better decisions that eventually.
You can't spill cells that don't cost mana? That's like
you
the...
can. Well,
That's
actually,
a
I don't know.
false
Is that-
statement. That's the most false statement I've ever heard. Whoever said that,
What's
Go
what's
back
a
to
spell that
Dojo.
costs no mana that you can steal?
time lapse, level 3. Get on my level. Acknowledge.
Cool.
Cool. I'm sure there's
I'll buy
other
it.
spells that you could steal that cost no.
People in chat, let us know.
Phase shift, apparently. Yeah, there you go. Rot.
Yeah,
There
phase
you
shift.
go. There's like
Rot.
a lot of spells. Borrow
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I didn't believe it for a second.
That guy.
I would never contest you on mech knowledge.
You should.
I should.
No, you should. I would never contest you on your guesses on
My game sense.
your game sense.
So, Sonic Wave,
Okay.
level 3, with the Null Field Anti-Mage, does a pitiful 180 damage.
What did you guess on that?
240? Yeah.
That's not bad.
Basically, it does the short answer is it does fucking nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
A level 16 ultimate doing 100 in damage, like 180 damage. That is just Queen of Pain. That's where you could say like Queen of Pain's kind of a bad hero.
Well, everybody
least-
would do that. You guys know feel anti-mage with full spell shield.
So Zhou is going to be sieging the tier 2 top towers. Mineski back in the game. The 5-man disconnect has been resolved, and Mineski's still in a ton of trouble. No Aegis still. If Tongfu really want, they go back and defend these lanes. Yeah, they're going to do that. Mu TP's bottom. There's no Assault Caress, there's no Aegis, and in 2 minutes' time, that'll all change.
Yes. So Mu definitely going for the later item, which is fine. I mean, they're definitely applying pressure. The one thing that we didn't want to see was Tongfu just go farm for the next
Yeah.
set of item, right? They're just sieging tier 2 towers, looking for ganks here and there.
I think the Assault Crest better for ending the game if you're sieging high ground,
Yes,
having the plus
definitely.
or armor aura. So we'll see him actually stack some ancients as well along the way. And Tongfu, they are kind of backing off a little bit to go farm right now, but I think they're just being very efficient, and they're sort of actually building towards an item set that will actually be able to win them the game
Yeah.
very reliably. They're playing it safe. Patience from Zhou.
And something else from Joe. What else is Darkseer and the rest of the team farming? Darkseer, I think he needs to be prioritized in terms of level. He
This-
needs level 11 badly.
This Rubik still has DK ulti. I love it. He just casually pops it.
Movement speed, bro.
Yeah.
You get movement speed from DKO. 25.
Cool. Bonus attack. How does the bonus attack range work? It says bonus attack range 372. Do you
I
go
don't
to, like,
think it works
go
that
to like
way.
900 attack range? No.
You're like an enchanter. Yeah, that looks like a
Aw,
600.
I would
attack
love.
range.
I think that'd be cool. It should. It's misleading. It says it's bonus attack range. It's not bonus attack range. It's, hey, your attack range is now this value.
I could have a mental image of a Rubik talking to an Ice Frog and be like, what's the big deal here? Where's my bonus attack range? And Ice Frog just
I would
shrugs.
watch that YouTube video.
Somebody should make a cartoon animation.
Get outsourced filmmaker.
There you go.
Have Rubik talking to a Ice Frog of some kind.
Yeah.
And asking about where's my
bonus
DK range?
375? What's the big deal, bro?
Yeah.
Roshan's gonna get burst down quite easily.
It's
By
not
the
even
way-
375. It's 372. Like, put yourself in Ice Frog's shoes. You're thinking, I'm gonna make DK ultimate given bonus range. How much?
372.
372.
It's like because you know how he kind of fluctuated the melee attack range.
His attack range is 128. So
There you go. It adds up. It makes
adds
sense.
up to 400.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Trivia question, real fast. Which melee hero has the longest attack range?
Oh, I used to know this. Doom.
See, that's the commoner
Doom.
answer. Come on, think deep. Grasp within yourself.
Spirit Breaker.
Come on, accept a tree.
Agceptor Tree.
Or accept a tiny with a tree.
Oh. Is he still? Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Is Doom like the level 1 melee hero with the longest range?
Doom, I think so.
Dire's top tower
I
is
like my
under
answer then.
attack.
Yeah, it's a correct answer.
Respectable.
Yeah. All right, sieging high ground with AC, Cheese, Aegis, Mech. I don't think there's a defense.
Well, Joven begs to differ. He's going to go with the DK. So
Oh.
Alchemist does not have Aegis, but he's got Cheese. This is Cheese because this is the third Roshan already with that level 1 Roshan. Just reminded, we did see a level 1 Roshan from Tongfu, but Mineski, well, as a byproduct of that level 1 Roshan, things have just gone downhill very, very quickly. Lose Darkseer, lose DK.
I actually think Mineski played really well this game, considering the fact that they had to deal with like 4 level 6 heroes at like 4 minutes in. They play what a defensive relocate coming out here, but OW is going to get bashed to death. In fact, I think, are they going to camp here? They're going to camp on the 2 tier 4 towers and wait for the Woods to come back?
Joe's got something to prove. Wisp, immediate. Oh, no tether. Fissure, well done. Is that just MJ Ruby?
Oh, Soul Assumption's going to come through, maybe get the kill. Joe says, I want my kill. Stat pattern. Double kill.
Kill secured. Alchemist gets one for himself. Moo now. 3,
the
2, and
bash
12.
is, the bash is the Fade Bow. Joe wants it. Joe and Fist. Well then.
Teamwork. Mineski should be calling GG. We have come to our end of our loser bracket round 2 match between Mineski and Tongfu. Although Mineski, they'll fight to
Wow.
the bitter end.
Somebody fed the courier. I think that's XTT. Because that thing had a Desolator and a 4 axe
Dire's
upgrade.
under attack.
Somebody needs to up their micro.
Yikes. Either XCT or it could have been
Radiant's
Sancheng.
middle barracks
Ooh, nice pick off here.
Zhou. Question mark.
Questionable plays.
But yeah, this game over.
Yes.
While GG hasn't been called, I know
That's just Mineski.
some casters would be like, oh, anything happened. No, this is GG. This is those of you tuning in. This game is over. We are going to see Tongfu advance to the loser bracket round 3 match, where they'll be versing the winner of Ugura Yui and Vici Gaming. I'm excited to see Vici Gaming play.
Oh.
RTK and Super have had some good
2-man
performances.
stun here, and Joe is just going to be 3-shotting OWA.
Yep.
I'm waiting for lunchtime.
What's lunchtime? Oh, you mean our lunchtime?
Our lunchtime. I'm going to be feeding myself some Pinot Cuisine.
is under attack.
Cinegran.
Dire's bottom tower has
An
fallen.
homage to Mineski.
I'm going to be feeding on
Olas.
something. They're going to be feeding other else.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
maybe Syndra needs to go to the Philippines.
Why is that?
Mineski needs some food. I stole that joke from Reddit.
I know, I did too. It's like a knock-knock joke. You see it coming, you just you have to play along, you know?
Yeah. Well, GG does get called. Mineski didn't wait that much longer than us to call GG.
Yes.
We were rude. Like, that was like the offensive GG, which, well, I guess we're casters, but like, doing it if you're Tongfu, you can't call GG
No,
for
you
Mineski,
can't.
but as casters, we'll do it. We'll do our offensive caster GG. As Mineski, they're knocked out of the tournament with a respectable 5th and 6th place. They didn't fall out in the 7th, 8th place matches. They did manage to get themselves 1 win, but unfortunately for them, that's the end of the road. Tongfu advance. They're guaranteed a top 4 finish.
I honestly thought they would go further. I envisioned them seeing them in the top 4.
This is the best of 1, just surprise strat coming out. Level 1 road.
Roshan, yeah.
Going into this match, I would have said at best it's 55-45 in Tongfu's favor, but I would say it's more 50-50.
Yeah, definitely so.
And Mineski, like you say, Mineski showed that they played a really solid game, and unfortunately,
So what's
wasn't
coming up next?
VG Gaming
Yes.
going up against Ogura Yui, who are going to hopefully get carried by Miracle again.
All right, cool stuff. And
Yep.
we'll be back for that momentarily. Don't go anywhere, guys.